Today I've got my Lego City update for September 2025, and we've got quite a few changes to the Lego City for this month. But before we dive into the city changes, I do want to make a quick mention that this might be my last video until probably around December, and that's mainly just down to the current stuff going on at both of my jobs at the moment. Just had a thing go down at one of my jobs, and so I'm having to work extra hours there on top of my hours at my other job, which the other job is where I'm getting a lot of my longer hours, and so it's going to be basically finish up the days are going to be finish up at the one job, get like 2 hours off, and then be back at my other job on top of working extra hours at the other job. So I don't know how much city work or even projects for the Lego I'm actually going to get done the rest of the year. Goal is still to get the Orient Express done this year, but given the news that I just got the other day, I don't know if that's actually going to be possible. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. If it does, that'll be great. If it doesn't, then you guys will know why. But for the city itself, we've done a few changes, mainly moving the post office mock, which I still have to work on the interior for the first floor because it's still got mock pet shop interior stuff on it. I haven't actually fully pulled that out of the city yet, so I still got to do that. And I did rework the little building that was built in my custom bank. Well, it's going to be my custom town hall, which second floor still needs to get reworked, as well as the roof. But the little building is pretty much done for interior, so pretty happy with that. So overall, most of this street here is done. I do hope to actually swap the pet shop and the bookshop placements, just because the bookshop doesn't come out far enough for me when it's up against the hotel, where the pet shop modular actually comes up pretty much flush with the boutique hotel. So I might definitely do that. And overall, it just looks a lot nicer than the bookshop there. So definitely thinking of doing that. And then the townhouse from the pet shop modular is just in a temporary spot, as I've got a few other buildings that still need to get moved. One of which is the Sanctum Sanctorum, as I have also relocated my grocery store mock, which I think that's going to be in its finalized spot, because with the new Arkham Asylum now available, I pretty much moved my grocery store to get a finalized spot if they ever do a Wayne Tower. Kind of want that front and center in the back row. So if it's the same height as the Daily Bugle in the future, I want that front and center in my city. So that's kind of the plan there. And that's also kind of the reason why the Jazz Club is just temporarily right there. That's not the final spot for that, but it's just there at the moment, just to add more of a street scene. But overall, that's what we've got going for most of the downtown at the moment. But one of the main things that I've done over the past month is mainly just adding in a lot of the CMFs that I've picked up in the past month and a half, which we've got some of them just spread around the bank here. I don't know where I put the other ones, but we've got a couple of them around the brick bank. And I know for sure that the Avengers Tower and the Daily Bugle are not getting moved, and the diner and the corner garage are pretty much in their final spots. So those aren't getting moved either. So those aren't getting moved at all. I don't know about my fire station, if that's going to get moved or not. And Assembly Square is pretty much finalized, but there is one thing that I did add to the front, which you can't really see it too good, but I did get a T-Rex from my local Bricks and Minifigs. I don't know what set it's from, but a T-Rex for $23 compared to opening the 2018 Jurassic World set that I have that now goes for about $120. I'll take it. And then we have the detective's office is pretty much in its final spot. And these base plates are just temporary, as I'm just using them to space out things for the future. When am I going to get time to finish this project for this side of the city? I have no idea, given the stuff that just recently happened. And then the same thing kind of goes with the Grand Emporium and the police station. Police station's in its, I think, final spot. And I like the Grand Emporium right here too, just because you got the window washer on each side of the city, so I like that idea. So overall, I like that. And I also still have enough room for a road to go right down each side of the layout here, so it splits it in half while also still closing off the one big plan set that I've got already in the backlog. So you guys will see what that is for the Christmas haul in a couple months, if this is possibly my last video for a couple of months. I hope it's not, but I'm not holding out any hope. So this might very much be the last video that I drop for quite a while. So that's pretty much what I've got for this month's city update. And no, I still haven't added the seagulls into the beach area, so those will be saved for the Christmas city update, if I even add them then, which they'll get added at some point. But given everything that I'm trying to balance at the moment between both jobs and everything outside of both of those jobs, it's just kind of, sometimes it's just downright impossible to do everything in a timely manner. So this might just be the last thing that I drop for a couple of months, so I might be taking a 2 to possibly 2.5 month break from doing any sort of videos on the channel. So we're not going to hit that goal of 1,000 videos in 10 years. I mean, we're only at about just over 930 videos. So that's not too bad, but overall, for the fact that I've been balancing 2 jobs for the past 9 months. Still pretty impressive, but overall, I think I might be taking a bit of time off from this just to probably have to focus on my jobs and stuff, not just because I want to, but just because I kind of have to, just to keep them going. Which, sure, it'll refill my bank account after all the Lego that I've bought this year, mainly those 4 retired Indiana Jones sets, and the brick bank, which thankfully I flipped a few sets to get that, but still, was it still worth it to get this? Yes, but still, having to pitch in $85 or something for that. Thankfully, I had the replacement parts on hand for those broken parts, but still, it was still worth it to finally have this in the collection. But that's pretty much what I've got for this month's city update for you guys. So I'm not sure if this will be the last video for a while or not, so you guys can tell me your thoughts on this video in the comment section below, and just like and subscribe for more, because I will hopefully do more in the future.